Hey guys, Adam here from DirectionTrader.com, coming to you a little bit earlier, right before the market opened, as I'm doing a kind of a pre-market looking forward here, trying to set up this day for everybody. Plus, I'm going to have to leave here in about an hour and a half, so I'm not going to quite get all the way through the morning session before I have to walk out. So I wanted to go ahead and make sure this video got posted and sent out to you guys properly here. So it's right before the open here. It's about 6:20 on the West Coast. It's about 8:20 Central. And let's go over some of these markets. It's here's the S&P. You see I have this drawn up pretty nicely here. We've hit final targets here from the original push on the S&P. So I redrew from the lows to the highs. We got a nice pullback. The reason this box, this buy opportunity, is right in here, I've taken into the factor of the fibs and moving averages and support and resistance. As you see, this moving average is a 21 comes in here, the 50 comes in here, so the top of the range and the bottom of the range is covered. This previous swing high comes through right in the middle of that buy zone here, and it's the 50 to 61.8% pullback here. So we have a nice little buy zone here, just above this big round 1900 area we talked about in the videos earlier this week. But we do have the markets coming in right into this buy zone as we speak right now. So today I'm going to be cautiously bearish. I'm basically going to be looking 100% bull from this point forward. So any type of drop in the market, I'm just going to wait for some type. If the market intraday gets any type of drop, I'm probably not going to get too aggressive to the downside and wait for momentum to shift. Once we start to get a shift in momentum, then I'll start looking for upside opportunity and continue taking these pullbacks to the long side, because that is the path of least resistance to the long side. But if we do get a little bit more of a pullback here, probably won't get too active to the downside, because I believe it's just a matter of time before we do get another pop here. It's been being a very technical market, so I do believe we should get another pop here. As long as we're trading above yesterday's lows, I can say, hey, go ahead and continue with your upside opportunities with whatever bullish strategy you may have. Russell. Here's a Russell. A lot of these are going to look quite similar here. As you see here, we have this original low to high pullback. We hit final targets up here. So I went ahead and got rid of that drawing and redrew from the most recent lows to the most recent highs. And here we go. That's what this is doing here. We got a low to high pullback. Just like the last one, we're using fibs, moving averages, and previous support and resistance. Trifecta, guys. We have 3 different checks here. All of them are used by different traders. We're trying to put all of them into one. The power of putting all them clusters into one is very, very strong. So we have this previous swing high. We have the 50 to 61.8% pullback. We have the 21 and 50 EMAs coming all through in this, right here in this buy zone that I have marked up here. So, is it going to take a little bit bigger pullback? Are we going to get to this buy zone? No guarantees we're going to get down here. But if we do, I will be looking for nothing but buy opportunities. If we start to get some sell-off here, I'm only willing to short below yesterday's low, and there's not a lot of room there to trade. If we're able to take a small enough time frame to trade between yesterday's low on down, you got a good probably 8 points there. You can trade if you got a good trade set up. So you broke through the previous day's lows and we were able to get some nice pullbacks here, and then maybe stop trading as we were coming into the buy zone. I do believe that could be a viable strategy if you can get a couple shorting opportunities in there. If not, I'm going to pause just like the S&P and wait for them reversal opportunities, because I do believe the path of least resistance will be to the upside eventually. So if it catches fire today, we're trading to the upside. But if it starts to roll over, I'm only trading short below yesterday's low, and I'm going to stop trading low as we're approaching this buy zone that I have in here at this 50% pullback. Okay. Let's go on to the Nasdaq. Nasdaq here is a little bit different story, because the Nasdaq just didn't quit. It had this ascending triangle or ascending wedge here, and as it broke, chopped a little bit sideways, and then pushed again. So we got this extended pattern. So we end up taking it from the highs rather than from your conventional low to high. We took these fibs from the highs to the highs, and it's an extension play. Now with that extension play, we're looking for the same things. These fibs, moving averages, support and resistance. We would like to have all three. I want a minimum of 2 to 3 to take these trades, 2 to 3 checks to take the trades. But if we get all three, that's great. You see up here we have previous resistance, now support. Comes right in here around this 38 to 50% pullback, as well as the rising 21 period moving average. Another incredible buy zone for this market. If it decides to sell off a little bit more, great. It'll come down into that buy zone. If we get a pop here, like I said, once again, path of least resistance to the upside. So I will continue to look long for every opportunity I can get. Not much has changed here, guys. I don't need to cover this too much, but the Dow is going to be the exact same way. We've got this new fib drawn, pulled back, previous swing highs. We have them all the way from the 38 down to 61, so there's a bigger buy zone here on the Dow, and we're without a doubt inside that buy zone. We're just waiting for the next thrust to the upside and pullback to give us that upside opportunity. Here's crude. This is the final market I'm going to go over today. Crude has been very technical. We've been trading up very nicely. We actually had a nice pullback to find our 50%. We hit our targets yesterday, so I could see some weakness coming into this market. As long as we continue trading below the previous day's high, I will look for downside opportunity trades using my intraday trading techniques. So as long as we stay below the previous day's low, I will look for downside techniques. If we trade above yesterday's high, I will continue to trade with this. Trade with it until it fails. So we have that bullish above, bearish below mentality here on the crude. So if we get above previous day's high, I'm going to look long. We get below, I'm going to look short all the way down to retest this previous swing high. So I hope that helps, guys. I hope you find some value in what we go over here, and it's helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me, adam@directiontrader.com. If not, thanks for watching, and I will see you in Monday's video. Have a good weekend.